service learning project, I volunteered at St. Anne's, which is a daycare. It's through Catholic Charities of Spokane. They run it, and it is underneath Sacred Heart down there. You probably drive by it, and you can see it from the freeway. It's got all the playgrounds, stuff like that for the kids, and I got interested in it because I love little kids, and I just thought it'd be awesome to volunteer with them and see what it's like to work at a daycare for a few days and take care of kids while their parents are at work. And I think it's an awesome place for parents to bring their children while they're working. Some of the parents don't pay anything, so they're getting childcare for free while they're at work, getting money to support their family and their children, which with the economy these days is a big thing. And when I first went there and I toured the place, I was so nervous to start. There were kids everywhere. They showed me all the different age groups in the different rooms, and I was really nervous but excited at the same time. And I ended up getting placed in the infant rooms. So there was a room for babies 0 to 12 months, and then right next door was a room for babies 12 to 28 months. So my first day I went in there and I started with the infants and kind of got to know them, and they're adorable. And the youngest one, her name was Zoe, she was 2 months, and then the oldest one in the room, his name was Mason. And while I was there, I got to watch Mason move from the baby room over into the bigger room for the 12 months old. As soon as they hit a year, they move over. And it was awesome to watch his development change as he moved from the baby room over. One day I was holding him, feeding him a bottle, laid him down in his crib after he fell asleep and rocked him and gave him his binky when he came out. And the next day I was sitting him up in a big boy chair, and he was drinking milk from a sippy cup, and I was teaching him to eat with silverware, and he would lay down on his own for his nap. It was just amazing to see the progress in their age as they move from the younger room to the older room. And I loved volunteering there. And like I said at the beginning, I was really, really nervous, and I had to meet the other teachers that are in the rooms, and I was nervous maybe I would do things differently than they would, or what happened if one of the kids maybe hurt the other kids and I was watching them, or what happens if someone gets sick, what would I do? And once I got into the routine a little bit, I kind of learned what the babies liked and what they didn't. They were just adorable, and you learn their personalities, and I don't know, I just love volunteering there. And towards the end of it, I started to think a little bit about if I was ready to be done. I volunteered Tuesdays and Wednesdays for 3 hours each, and I found myself when I would go home, I would be thinking about it. I would still be thinking about the kids and thinking about spending time with them, and I love each and every one of them, and some of them you get such close bonds with, and there are days where they wouldn't come to school, and I was so sad because I missed them. And it was a really good opportunity for me, and I think I grew a lot. I learned a lot about myself too, in the areas that I'm very protective and I'm very watchful, and I love to hold and cuddle the kids when they're crying. That's something that I like to do, where the teachers, sometimes they don't like that as much. And it was awesome to watch, like, the babies. We talked about in class a little bit how they just want the warm body. And so the babies, you would pick them up and they'd be perfectly content. And then the teachers that would walk in the room that would be with them all the time, the older babies would get so excited to see them and stuff like that. And that was really cool for me. And I decided that next quarter I'm going to go back and keep volunteering and keep working with the children. Once I was done with the project, I felt like I learned a lot, and I felt like volunteering is something that I like to do. When I first found out we had to do a service learning project, I was a little bit nervous about it. I was like, how am I going to fit this time in? I don't really want to do that. I need to be looking for a job, things like that. And by the end of it, I just really appreciated getting to do the project, and I feel like I learned so much about myself, and I learned so much about babies and how they develop, and how their personalities differ and start to shine as they get a little bit bigger. And it's definitely a great opportunity, and I loved it, and I'm excited to go back next quarter. So thanks, guys.